happened in the Battle of Mactan.
In 1521, Magellan first reached the Philippine island which he called Islas de San Lazaro. Magellan had conflicts in competing chieftains in the area. One particular chief eluded him, and it's Lapu-Lapu of Mactan. Gaspar Correa, a 16th century Portuguese historian who had obtained information from one of the survivors of the Magellan expedition, described the hero of Mactan. According to his sources, Lapu-Lapu is very old and may be on his 70s or older during the expedition of Magellan. Gaspar used the term viejo to describe Lapu-Lapu, which means old. That is why it is certain then that Lapu-Lapu could not have killed Magellan himself, but the forces under his command that killed the European navigator. Pigafetta related that a small group of 60 men, led by Magellan, arrived at Mactan 3 hours before daylight, and since it was too early to fight, he sent word to Lapu-Lapu, giving him a choice: to recognize the Spanish king and offer tribute, or learn the hard way how their lances pierced. Mactan's defiant reply was that they had lances of bamboo hardened in the fire, and stakes dried in the fire. Magellan was taunted, "Attack when you wish." Magellan refused Humabon's offer to fight alongside him against Lapu-Lapu, so when daylight broke, Humabon watched as 49 men waded toward the shore. 11 were left to guard the boats that could not get to shore, impeded by rocks and stones as it was low tide. Mactan warriors had formed 3 divisions to repel them, their number estimated by Pigafetta at more than 1,050 fuming warriors. Common sense was fatefully uncommon then. Magellan did not retreat. Cannons on their ships were supposed to cover them, but were useless because they were out of range. Arrows from their crossbows and hackbits merely slipped off Mactan shields. Then the warriors of Mactan rained arrows, iron-tipped, bamboo lances and stones on Magellan and his men, who noticed that the arrows were aimed at their legs, because they had made the mistake of covering only their head and body with metal helmets and breastplates. Magellan, hit by a poisoned arrow on the leg, ordered a retreat. A bamboo lance flew near Magellan's face, and he responded, by killing the enemy and leaving the lance in his victim, wounded in the arm by a bamboo lance. Magellan tried, with difficulty, to draw his sword from its scabbard, when a large javelin was thrust into his left leg, making him fall face down in the water. On this, all at once rushed upon him, says Pigafetta, with lances of iron and of bamboo, and with these javelins. So that they slew our mirror, our light, our comfort, and our true guide. Before he breathed his last, Magellan was said to have looked up twice or thrice to see his remaining men flee to safety as he provided a distraction. Where was Lapu-Lapu in all this? There was no one-on-one hand-to-hand combat between Magellan and Lapu-Lapu as we would like to believe. Lapu-Lapu was said to be about 70 years old at the time of the battle, and probably watched or directed operations safely from the shore. Pigafetta might have exaggerating some aspects of the battle because this is his account and he isn't there when the battle happens.
Europeans were outnumbered. Is Magellan not terrified for more than 1,000 Mactan warriors? How did Pigafetta know that the arrow that hit Magellan was poisoned when Magellan's body hadn't been found?
We'll never know, but one thing is for sure, Lapu-Lapu did not personally kill Magellan.